Hi, I'm Andrew, and I'm here to tell you a little bit more about PathwayIQ. Today, we're going to be talking about customer journeys. Specifically with B2C, we know that some customer journeys can be really fast. So someone sees an Instagram ad, they click on it, they go to your site, and they convert right away. But for higher consideration products and services, customer journeys can last days, weeks, months, and be spread across multiple sessions. In these cases, PathwayIQ is really helpful at identifying what exactly channels, pages, and content are important in those journeys and are driving people to convert and what doesn't. So with that, let's turn our attention to the dashboard. And I want you to think about your own website for a moment and think about all the different ways that you're driving traffic to your site. So people may be coming in through paid search, paid social, display. You may have a SEO play going, all these different traffic drivers that are driving people in. And then when people arrive at your site, you have a ton of different pages, whether they be product pages, service pages, a content hub, all meant there to move people through their journey and get people to convert. And so what I've done in PathwayIQ is I've set up a report that's going to look at the journey that customers are taking coming in from any traffic source. So we're going to look at all the traffic coming to the site. And in this case, we're going to look at people that are clicking on an Apply Now button. So that's that conversion point that we are going to be tracking. And the date range that we set is the past 30 days. So we're going to look at conversions that happened the past 30 days. But a really cool thing about PathwayIQ is that we're going to be showing and returning journeys that could have started days, weeks, or months in advance of that date range to account for those longer customer acquisition cycles. So the first part of the dashboard that we're going to look at is our conversion funnel here. And you can see what your overall conversion rate is, which in this case is a little under 3%. But then we break it down by single touch and multi-touch. Single touch conversions are when people are driven straight to a landing page, they get to that page and they convert right away. And in this case, that single touch conversion rate is pretty low, and the total number of people converted was only 60. Conversely, if we look at multi-touch conversion rate, and this is when people are coming in and they're engaging with multiple pages over time and potentially over multiple sessions, you can see that the conversion rate is much higher, so 3%. And this is really indicating that for buyers to come and buy the specific or to apply now, it's taking a little bit more education and nurturing to get people to convert versus just dumping them to a landing page and expecting them to convert right away. So now you might be asking yourself, we understand that multi-touch journeys are going to be more successful for us, but we really need to understand what's important within those journeys. And so if we scroll down to the bottom of the report here, we break down what we refer to as pages by touch. And we look at first touch, last touch, and middle touch. And I've sorted this by middle touch because that's really this kind of interesting place in the journey where you can identify content assets, calculators, product pages that are showing up in the midpoint of the journey and are really important in moving people through the journey, but they would never get picked up as being interesting in a first touch, last touch attribution model. And so it's these pages and these content assets that are essentially the catalysts that sit in the customer journey that are moving people through. And once you identify those, there's all sorts of optimizations you can make, whether it's putting more CTAs on those pages that show up in the middle touch to try to get people to convert right away, to driving more traffic to them, to making more content that's similar to those content assets, let's say, to again try to move people through their journeys. The final thing we'll look at in the report today is up here, which is our pathway visualization module. Here we show you the average time to conversion for your audience. So in this case, it's 32 days. So from the time someone first shows up to the time that they convert, on average, it's a 32-day journey. And this is a really important metric to understand because once you identify it, then you can really work to shorten it and become more and more efficient. We break down, in this case, the journeys that people are taking by channel. And so you can see that in this case, people that are coming in through paid search, there's 1,800 journeys that can be associated to that, but the duration is pretty long, so 36 days. And you can see what that customer behavior is where they're coming into this banking landing page, then they're going into some content, and then eventually they're going through 16 more pages and touches before they get to the conversion. Conversely, you can see people that are coming in through organic social have almost as many journeys, so 1,500 journeys, almost 1,600 journeys completed, but the duration is way shorter. And so this then becomes what we call a golden pathway. It's those combinations of pages and channel that get people to convert at a higher rate in a really short period of time. And once you identify that, of course, then you can start optimizing by potentially maybe driving paid into those channels, or again, adding more recommended next steps or CTAs along the way. At the end of the day, PathwayIQ is all about showing you these combinations of channels, pages, and content that are getting people to convert so that when you optimize, you can increase your conversion rates, decrease the amount of time it takes to convert, all while saving budget along the way. So if you'd like to learn more about the platform and more importantly, share some of the challenges that you're having around tracking customer journeys with us, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for spending some time with us today.